Hello, welcome to Mystic Moon's Gemini. How are you? Gemini, are you looking forward to the days upcoming? The days upcoming. I am looking forward to the days upcoming, Gemini. I got good news this afternoon, Gemini. So I very much am looking forward to the days upcoming, but at the same time I want to enjoy today and do everything I can to try and enjoy today and make the most of today. Gemini, let's go and see what's in your trend, what's in your collective's energy, a trend, a message, a fact. Let's see a fact, Gemini. For you. The Devil, Gemini. What is this fact that Gemini should know? Gemini should be aware of. Three of Pentacles. More Capricorn energy, Gemini. Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. Knight of Wands. Oh, for that matter, Sagittarius energy. So Gemini, do you have any of those placements in your chart? Capricorn, Sagittarius, maybe Aquarius. Do you know anybody by those signs? I'm going to put these back because I was just looking at the overall cards. And I'm not going to... If I stacked those out, I'd have to go and create a new rows and find correlations. Let's deal with this. We're dealing with a fact, Gemini. Gemini, I can tell you first off from what I see with this Devil being clarified by Three of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and Knight of Wands. Gemini, it is a fact that there are power plays in collaborative situations. Gemini, I wonder too if this shows that although there are power plays, are people still going towards the same thing? Are you in the company of good collaborators, Gemini? Maybe it might feel a little strained, but ultimately, are the people who you're working with, collaborating with, building with, are they the best people? The most competent people for you to have by your side to get this done? Very energetic. Everybody's very energetic, very eager. Are they cutthroat? Well, we don't know that yet, Gemini. I see lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm, lots of power, lots of will. Maybe I see lots of ego too, Gemini. However, I don't necessarily think ego is per se a bad thing. I mean, it's all about how you present yourself and you collaborate with others, right, Gemini? Some people have huge egos, but they keep it all swallowed up They act, you know, very humble. And then you don't know till later that they're smirking behind everybody outside of their placid demeanor. I think it's better to have people who are more open, Gemini. People who allow themselves to be read. They don't feel like they have to hide behind a front. These people, although we have the devil card here, Gemini, these people, nobody's really hiding behind a front. What you see is what you get, which I think is refreshing. It also shows, again, speaking to the ego and the self-confidence, because they're confident in who they are and how they act, what they can do. They don't need to put a facade on to make themselves more agreeable. Gemini, let's take a look at the Three of Pentacles, although I am really curious about the Two Knights. Page of Wands, Temperance, Ten of Cups. They're good collaborators, Gemini. Maybe it might feel a little strained, but you are in good company. That is a fact. I'm sure you feel strange, Gemini, but you are still in good company. Gemini, I don't quite have a love reading for you. I feel there are aspects of it that could be applied to love readings. Definitely there could be. But I think for something like that, Gemini, it would be a personal reading. What I have here essentially are human interactions. Interactions of you with at least one other person, possibly multiple people. And you know, Gemini, even if you are in a romantic connection here and you don't see this applying to work or school, Gemini, even if you're dealing with one other person in a romantic connection, aren't you dealing with some of their friends? Aren't you dealing with some of their family? Maybe you're dealing with even their neighbors, roommates. Maybe you know people who they work with. You know, you meet one person, Gemini, you become close to one person. Very rarely do you just stay acquainted with just that one person. Don't you also know at least some of the people that are around them? But overall, Gemini, I do feel this is a fact about your collaborations in general, your sociability in general, social circles in general, Gemini. Gemini, I will say that is a fact you are around good people. Or you are cultivating the group of people to be around that are good people. One or the other. I say cultivating, Gemini, because both of my knights are good knights. Both of my knights, Gemini, have been through it. Pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing to make headway, perhaps feeling like making very little progress, but still pushing, not giving up, not acquiescing, pushing through and moving forward, Gemini, despite setbacks. Still having the strength to go on and pursue new opportunities despite the taste of disappointment, knowing the taste of disappointment, failure, heartbreak, sadness. having that optimism and anticipation evaporate, only to know that you would never or will never, whether it's your choice or by situations, be able to experience what you hoped or anticipated. But still, Gemini, pushing forward, believing in themselves and their ability to create prosperity. Despite the loss, Gemini, creating prosperity. It's a never-ending thing. Always the potential for greatness is there. Just have to keep pushing. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Gemini. Gemini, I feel like it's a fact that you are in the process of creating a very powerful social group for yourself, or at least people who you're around. This is not an immediate process, Gemini, and this is not an immediate reading. This is the fact that there are some people around you who will definitely support you and encourage you and aid you as you evolve and grow into the future. And Gemini, is also a fact that there are people who just can't, just won't. And you don't really want those people by your side anyway, Gemini. You don't want people in low vibration. Everybody knows what low vibration is. Doesn't have to be people you know for that, Gemini. It can be a complete stranger, Gemini. Theoretically, it's no more than one human touch point away, right? Go outside, see what you get by approaching a stranger, right, Gemini? But Gemini, I feel like the process of you pushing for the best is literally pushing for the best. You're going to go and end up with collaborators around you, people around you, friends around you, colleagues around you, family around you, who will support you, love you, encourage you, work with you in beautiful energy. Gemini, keep on working on building out who you know you are, and keep on working towards doing what you want to do. And make sure the people you have around you are of like minds, because you eventually, Gemini, it's all you're going to have around you are amazing people. That's my message for you today, Gemini. Till the next reading, I am wishing all of you the most beautiful day. Bye-bye.